Hey guys, every whiskey enthusiast I know is a sucker for a good age statement. And it almost makes proof secondary to that age statement. So I was thinking, well, maybe there's some bottles out there that are a little bit better than others with that same age statement and that same proof rating. Specifically, some of the more allocated ones. Like this guy, Weller 12 year, almost impossible to find, super allocated. We're going to see if we've got a $50 shelfer that's going to beat it. Hit that intro. So if you guys are like me, you probably got a tough time finding a bottle of Weller 12. Then you've got an even tougher time finding it at a reasonably affordable price. I've been hunting for one of these for, 4, maybe 5 years. And I found one at roughly 100% markup over SRP, which is actually not that bad considering these bottles usually go $250 to $400. Now, Weller 12 obviously carries that eponymous Weller namesake. Everybody knows Weller. Everybody identifies the label. It's that mythical weeded bourbon. You can use this to make poor man's pappy. You can use it to flip and make some extra cash if you find this at SRP. But at the end of the day, it is purely a 12-year-old bourbon coming in at 90 proof. It's even got a screw cap. It's not even that fancy. A lot of people will tell you it's not even that good. And yet we hunt it because we don't know if it's that good. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe it's some jaded collector that let a couple bottles slip through his hands and that's why he's telling everybody it's not any good. Or maybe it really isn't. Well, what I want to know is if there's a bottle out there that is as good as or better than this, readily available for around the same price, same 12-year age statement, same 90 proof. I'm talking about Black Saddle 12-year Kentucky straight bourbon. So while this is wheated, this one is not. They're both produced in Kentucky. This one's bottled by Franklin Distillers Products Ltd., Fairfield, California. So if we have a Kentucky bourbon and it is bottled by a California distillery, that leads us to believe it is sourced. But it's got all the same metrics, 12 years old, 90 proof. What's the worst that could really happen? Honestly, I mean, you guys are here watching me talk about whiskey content. Life could be rougher if we're being real, okay? So, first thing we're going to do is grab our German snifter because I'm fancy, and when I go to Crate and Barrel and I see a whiskey glass, I have trouble saying no. So we're going to go ahead and wet that cork a little bit because it's been a minute since I've been here. Obviously, I don't dislike this bottle because it's about halfway gone, but okay. And throw just a little, just a dab will do ya into the glass. The colors aren't all that different. They're really not, which is what you'd expect from two Kentucky bourbons if the mash bill is really the only difference. Okay, this is grassy, little herbal, oaky, not super proofy, not super viscous. As the name would suggest, a little bit of leather, a little bit of caramel, a white pepper, a more subdued white pepper on the very front of the palate, but it doesn't carry all the way out. And it's thin. It is. Chances are this is probably proof down to 90 proof so they can make more of it. It doesn't linger very long, and that grassy, earthy kind of note sticks around throughout. Okay. Not bad. Not the best thing I've ever drank, but definitely not the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth. So then we're going to grab the Weller 12. Fresh crack. And let's see if I got... Oh, yep. Our second German snifter, just so we are doing a like comparison. I'm just going to throw a little bit in there. Jesus. The bottle just spit. Everybody saw it, right? I got it on video. Okay. So, very, very similar colors on these two. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see that. This one's a tiny bit lighter. Tiny bit, but not a ton. So, go ahead and maybe just switch around just a little bit. The nose. Okay, the nose is already way more impactful. Oaky, vanilla. Just oaky vanilla. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, Weller 12 is a basic bourbon. It's 90 proof. The only reason it's as allocated as it is because it's part of the Weller lineup, and it's from Buffalo Trace, making it basically unobtainium to, well, everybody. Let's go in for a taste. Okay. Thin. Caramel. Watered down caramel sauce. Like, you ever go to the ice cream shop and they got the pump handle and you can pump the caramel onto your ice cream? That's what this kind of tastes like, but if it was watered down. There is no linger to this. There might be a hint of oak. The body on this is just very light, very thin, very watery. It's not viscous at all. It doesn't coat. It's just caramel. And it's not even like a caramel bomb. It's just watery caramel. Watered down caramel sauce with maybe a popsicle stick in there. It's not like a sweet oak. It's more of like a bitter, kind of raw, low quality wood. Yeah. Disappointing. But if you're asking me which one of these two, after the 2 sips I just had, I'm going to say the Black Saddle wins out. Just barely. There's a hint more complexity. There's a little bit more spiciness, a little bit more viscosity. The Weller 12, I'm sure, someone out there really loves this stuff. It's just not that impressive. This makes me want to take this bottle and make a batch of poor man's Pappy. Honestly, that's really what I want to do with this, because this is just a disappointment. It's cool to have on the shelf. I'm sure I'll have some friends that want to try it, but at 90 proof, it just leaves you wanting so much more. It's just a pale, washed out version of what it could be. If this was at 107 proof, like the Antique, this would be a banger. This would be an amazing whiskey, but they wouldn't be able to make near as much of it. So, it's my opinion. Take it for what it is. I would go with the Black Saddle. Neither one of these are going to change your life, but this one is a hell of a lot more available. This one is probably at SRP still about $10 cheaper. This is $49.99 in Michigan. This one, shelf price, is $59.99. So this one is cheaper, it's more available, and it has a bit more of a complex palate with more linger, and it coats a little bit better. This one will get you lots of likes and thumbs up from the dudes on the internet, and if that's your thing, that's what you're into. No judgments. But yeah, so leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Am I way off base? Do you agree with me? Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Trying to get over 200 subscribers. If we can get over 200 subscribers, we're going to start a Patreon. And it'll be a big step towards doing barrel picks for the channel. So, which is, our ultimate goal. So, that being said, keep an eye on the channel. More videos coming out every day. We got the Advent videos coming out. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers.